So I'm going to show you my cheats way of making a handle like this one. This is a tongue handle on my toad carafe that I've been working on prototyping in my studio for the last month and hoping to fire him very soon to see how he turns out. I had to remind myself of how I make handles. I don't pull them in a traditional sense, but they do have a pulled kind of quality to them. So I thought I'd show you how I go about doing it. I'll take a leather hard piece of clay. I cut it into the vague tapered shape that I want for this particular handle. And then I don't have that clod of clay that most people pull from. I find that quite difficult. So instead I just work this piece of clay and pull it as you would a larger piece of clay. And as you're pulling, you're rotating your hand around the handle, giving it that rounded edge that gives it that hand-pulled quality, and giving a kind of groove down the centre I quite like, especially because this is supposed to be a tongue. So hopefully when you pick it up you get that sense of something quite bodily. Here I'm just finishing the end of the tongue and pulling it into that tapered shape. And now I take a piece of wood and I place this sort of cheats way of pulling a handle onto the board into the form that I want it to be when I attach it to the toad. And I let this get to a sort of leather hard state overnight for me in my studio, so it has that memory of the curve when I attach it to the toad. I'm going to show you how I actually make the toad here as well. Toads for me, obviously I'm kind of channeling that idea of a kind of transformational quality that they have, and I think we're all going through a massive transformational period in our lives through this pandemic, and for me they're a great symbol of how we can renew ourselves, change ourselves, shape shift into something else. And I think that's as a form why they might have re-entered my world, my universe recently. So I'm really channeling the toad. Channel the toad. I wanted to thank everyone for watching and subscribing to the channel and giving the videos a like. I did miss a week last week, and I really feel that I want to try and maintain a video at least once a week of what's going on in my studio. But I have actually had some issues around ventilation in my studio, and I'm currently going through a procedure of just putting in a vent on my kiln so that I don't inhale any more toxic fumes, and I will do a video about that soon, using my homemade diddler. Discovered that's what they're called, diddlers. A sponge on a stick. I just work into the areas of the toad that are hard to reach. And then here I'm opening up the spout, opening up the mouth so that it can take the end of my handle. Again, the toad's been allowed to rest overnight and get to a sort of leather hard consistency. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.